Well, there are two issues here which you have been able to point out. The first is security. No nation can achieve anything without security. Once you have the situation that we found ourselves, where farmers can't go to their farms because of terrorists and bandits, it has become easier for you to go to your farm than to come back from your farm. I am in Kaduna here. In the past, we get calls from people who want you to help them with one problem or another. In the last few years, most of the call is about helping them with money to pay bandits to secure their loved ones who are kidnapped. Kidnapping of farmers and the killing of farmers in northern part of Nigeria has seriously affected uh, agriculture as a profession and as a livelihood. But in the last 7 months, since the coming of this administration, uh, the cases of attacks is still going on, but it has reduced to a certain level. You can see farmers in parts of Benin Valley and Kebbi and parts of Kazana are still going to their farms now. And we have seen in the past, it has been a case where you can't go to your farm until you pay levies, fine, or taxes to terrorists. Terrorists give out pass for farmers to access their farm. I've seen villages where the whole villagers have to gather, so that the bandits direct the villagers to gather money in bulk and give it to them if they want to access their farm. And that has been the case for the past 7 years. But now, with the deployment of security forces in different places and deployment of drones technology, I think the bandits too are becoming cautious in their own activity. So if we don't address the problem of security in this country, the food will still be an issue. Now, about dispensing strategic grain reserve, it will have a temporary measure. You share food, you distribute food, the prices will go down, but people will consume that food and then will still go back to the same cycle. So I think we have to develop a strategy where farmers will be given protection to go to their farms, and in every state there should be a network of that. And the produce from those farms are to be safely transported to where the market where the market is. I think this is very important. In parts of the states where I live, we have had cases of farmers being kidnapped and many of them being killed, and they have to pay ransom. And there are big men. The elites have also established farm centers outside of the city, but they can't go there now. If you leave Kaduna to Abuja, there were retired army generals and politicians and bureaucrats who set up farms in the last 40, 50 years. The farms have all been abandoned. But now I can see some trickle of activities going on, and that they are returning. Because it does not make sense when you have a big farm with tractors, combine harvesters and everything, and then your farmers are kidnapped, and then you have been told to pay 100 million for each one of them. So it makes no sense. Outside of this, Kaduna, you have the Ola, one of the Singaporean companies that is operating. But I wonder how they even operate, because that area has been almost a centerpiece of hub of kidnapping, and they are also paying price for that. But now I think things are better, because in the last 7 to 8 months, we only have one incidence of kidnapping in Katari area village around that place. So if we want to address the problem of food prices, certainly we need to have a security network that will escort farmers and protect farms, and also ensure that the products are delivered to the market. Short-term measure of buying food and distributing it to the public is good on a short term. It will alleviate things, but it's not going to be the final. And I think this is where we ask ourselves, where is the proceed of removal of subsidy? Where is the proceed of this economy? From where should it be going? Should we continue to say, okay, the proceed of this reform only generates more money to be shared in federal allocations to states, and the states have other priorities and not the basic priority that affects the whole country. And we ask ourselves now, before the removal of subsidy, before when the federal allocation was between 600 to 700 billion naira shared to states, they could pay salary. Now it is almost into 1 trillion, and they are still finding it difficult to pay salary. So it's a certain puzzle I virtually cannot understand. But we have to know it. If there is hunger in the country, there will be anger in the country. And if there is anger in the country, there will be protests in the country, there will be riots in the country, there will be crisis in the country. So the earlier the problem of hunger is addressed, the better.